What's going on, YouTube? Today on the RC Fiend channel, we are doing something crazy, something we've been wanting to do for a very long time. I wanted to make the dozer easier to control, a lot better. I want to be able to control the speed of it. I wanted to be able to keep the blade, to be able to do the tilt, back and forth like I showed in the recent video, or the last video. I can't say recent, it's been a while. But I want to be able to do the tilt blade. I also want to be able to control the speed of it. I would love not the cheap clicking button, the pieces, that China creates. So we're going to put a Fly Sky controller in it with these ESCs. I've got two of them. These right here on Amazon have a pretty good review. You can hook two motors to it. You can flip this little switch apparently. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, right there. You can flip that switch and you can get dual control, and it's like a tank, that's exactly what we need for a dozer. So we're going to try it out, and hopefully, I'm hoping, if I'm right, should be able to use this and hook up the secondary one as well for the pistons, because that's all it is just two pistons, two motors, and that's all we need. We don't need a ripper on the back of this thing. No. So we're just going to try and send it with this and see if it works. Okay, so I got it taken apart. Got the Fly Sky receiver right there and the two ESCs right here. Here's the two motors that I put in. Pretty strong with this battery. The other battery that I was running that came with the dozer, pretty trash. It doesn't even have enough power to run this. I probably could have ran the faster motors like I wanted to originally, but didn't have that battery, or didn't think to try that battery. But enough talking. We are going to get installed. We're going to figure out where the best place to route this thing. I was thinking, it's like they kind of thought about it already, because it sits in there pretty well and pretty tight and snug. Yeah, I don't know, because I could put it, well, I'd have to cut those out, but I could put it anywhere in here. A little bit of trimming. I just got to be able to get to those right there. So whatever we end up doing, I might even try to put it in the original battery tray. I don't know if it's gonna stay up, but I run into the issue again with the antennas being here and that being there. I don't know. I might have to cut that back side out and put it probably right there is what I want to do. This video less boring than some. I like to show a lot of the work I do, but I actually think I'm gonna stop showing as much, just because it cuts into the time of the videos, and it would be a lot better if it was quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I've already done to speed up the process here a little bit. It's gonna make my life easier, and if you decide to do this, it's gonna make your life easier. I promise you're gonna want to do this. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna buy these connectors right here. I don't really know the exact name. I probably should learn the name of them. But the reason I say that is because these ESCs here come with it for the motors. Where the motors hook up. So you've got the two motor hookup here. This goes into the receiver. This is a sensor, I guess, for the secondary motor. And then of course you've got the power for the battery. These two wires here. So you're going to put these on here. So what I did is I actually ordered these pliers here. They work really well. I wish I'd have bought them a long time ago, not gonna lie. And went on Amazon, of course, the best place to get parts, quick and easy. And I bought these connectors for the servos and those for the motors. So you're going to need those pliers. I also ordered the blue box, which is just servos, but, or not servo, but you know what I'm saying, servo connector. Not even servo, yeah, well, I guess it is. Servo connectors to the receivers, and you're going to need those pliers. So go ahead and get you a set of those. I promise you won't regret it. But yeah, these must have. Gonna save you a lot of time. So that's how far we are into this already. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down, and I'm going to try to trim out that battery tray, see if I can't get the receiver in there, and yeah, go from there. So I've gotten pretty far, I would say, in this Bulldozer build. It is actually the next day. Ran out of time. I actually needed a power tool and didn't have it with me at the time. It was in the work truck. So we're back at it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I've got done, and I believe this is pretty much the final step. So we've got the two ASCs zip tied together. Hopefully they don't get too hot down there, which I don't think we'll be running it hard like that, so it don't matter. We've got here's the piston wires for the blade, so we can tilt it and everything. Here's the ESC, or the receiver for the new remote right there. And this will sit right there in that little spot. I'm gonna two-way tape it down, just like that. And then antennas will just float because that remote's pretty good with that. But that's pretty much how that's gonna be. This right here is going to, in the bottom of the shell of the dozer, there's actually a battery pocket. Well, I cut a hole in it. It's not the prettiest hole, but I used a multi-tool, cut it out, and that battery's gonna slide right through it like that. You can plug it up to this right here, which will be hidden in there as well. Just plug them together, and just like that, we'll have a Bulldozer. Don't need any printed box for the battery, upgraded battery. Have all the new electronics hidden inside of here. Somehow, there's always space. You just gotta look at it, just gotta try, do some test fitting. It's not always easy. This wasn't easy by no means. It's a lot of work. I did have to take some of the extra weight out. I took out a pretty good chunk here. It's pretty heavy. Weigh a 1/4 ounce piece, so count that up, you'll know how much weight that is. And yeah, so we're pretty far. Next step is going to be hooking the bottom, or the next thing I'm gonna do is hook the belly up to the Bulldozer with all this hooked up. Test fit the tracks, make sure it runs smoothly, drives forward, reverse, turns, before we even go any further with the pistons and everything, because I don't want to get it all done. And being that I have to run the piston wires through the sidewall of this thing and put new connectors on it, I really don't want to do that. So be completely real with you, I'm about to do a test fit here. Make sure this thing's going to run good, make sure it's going to turn, go forward, reverse. Like I said, we're going to test it all before we go any further. So let's go ahead and get this thing thrown together, put the tracks on, and see if this baby will run for the first time with all new electronics. I got this thing all put together, and it actually fit very well. I'll show it in a second how I got everything in there. But right now we're actually about to run it for the first time with the Fly Sky remote. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully we got a tilt. Haven't tested it yet. Hopefully the tracks work. I tested it all before I put everything together. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe something don't work, something got unplugged, I don't know. It's very tight in there. But let's go ahead and turn this camera on and see if this bad boy works. Alright, I'm limited with room here. It's currently raining outside, so I cannot go out there and test it. We're going to test it in here. We're going to go ahead and tell you how it's set up. So for right now, it should be, if I've done it correctly, this should be forward, which it is. Forward on that side, and then reverse is pulled back. If I want forward on both sides, I just push it to the top left corner. And I have speed control in this controller, so I can crawl or go fast. Reverse basically the same way. Hard to do with one hand. I don't actually know where my good tripod is. I got one over there, but it's not that good. And this should be the blade. So center, of course, is level. Let me turn this thing around for us so we can see. There we go. Alright, so the blade, it is, I'm going to order some bigger ones right now. I just have the original ones I had on it, which I don't know if I've showed them or not, showed this yet with all the upgrades. But we're going to get some 2-inch instead of some 0.8 or whatever I got on here. But let's see, we got a gap here. Can we get it to tilt? Okay, it's tilting that way. Tilt that way. Yep. Okay, and can we get it to go all the way down? Yep, it's lifting up the whole tractor. and that's max. We have the tractor off the ground. We're going to take it up, which is all the way this way. I might reverse it because this confused me a little bit. I have to play around with it. But now we're back. So let's do that one more time. Tilt that way to the right. Go back up. Tilt that way to the left. Go back up with it. Both go down. Lift the bulldozer up off the ground so we can get a good grade, dig down, and we're going to go back up. What I like about it is if I want to go up with it and tilt, I just tilt it one way or the other and I can get a nice cut. There you have it. It actually works perfectly fine. It's way better than, hold on, I'll get this piece. You know what I was about to say. Remote down. This is the remote it came with. It is all beans. No matter what button you press, it's all beans. It's dusty. That's how you know I threw it away. I was like, I'm not using that anymore. I'm gonna do something better. So yeah, we're gonna just throw that over there. We don't want that anymore. Got this flask guide. This is it. I'll use this remote for everything now that basically runs multiple things at once, because those things that you get are trash. That's the conclusion to this build. The next video will be using this thing, and I actually want to do a construction series where I take a place full of dirt and build a city, or grade a neighborhood out, or put sewage lines, or dig through a mountain of dirt and build a road through it, or build a dirt bridge over a pond. I don't know yet. It's going to be amazing. Been wanting to do it for years. Finally got enough money where I could just start building this type of stuff. Next, I might order me a Amazon skid steer and see if I can do the same, and an Amazon excavator, and just convert everything myself, because now I know how to do it and I know it's possible. There's plenty of room. It's actually pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So ignore the terrible cuts. I sold my 3D printer because I'm gonna get a better one, and I would have made a better tray. But for now, this will do. Got this just tucked in here like this. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it. I'm not using it now, and that battery is it's so snug, so perfect down in there. I put all the ESCs and zip tied them together and put them on this side and zip tied it to the inside wall. I've got the receiver sitting literally right here inside of there, and the antenna is hot glued down to the base of the belly here. And of course I got the original motors right here that I put in, and the upgraded pistons. Now, like I said, I don't know if I showed y'all these already, but I just got some electronic pistons, if I can get it, yeah, right there. Some linear actuators off Amazon, and they work. It said they could lift 4 pounds a piece. Some of them even claim to lift 15. I don't know. I guess it depends on the power and what you put them on and how they're being used. These work excellent. They do exactly what I need them to do. I don't need some extravagant like power from these little pistons to push a blade down. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so that's how I've done it. You can watch the other videos on how I installed those motors there that I got off Amazon. It's not the best of work, best of craftsmanship, but it worked, and it works amazing. This is going to be the end of this video, and we are still doing the giveaway. We are. First 300 subscribers are entered in a chance to win a TRX4M. And I'm actually going to change it up. You can have the TRX4M, either choose the truck or you can choose the cash. It's up to you. If you win, you can choose the cash, you can choose the truck. But if you're watching my channel, you're more than likely going to use the truck. That's what I would do anyway. But yeah, I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your life to watch my videos. I am actually very sorry that I've been very lackey about these videos, and this video is not one of my best. I'll be completely honest with you. And I jumped around a lot in it because I ran into so many problems. Like behind the scenes, I've got batteries that wouldn't charge, and I'd be in the middle trying to do this, so I had to wait another day. Had parts break that I'd have to remake or buy and wait on those so I could do that. Yeah, just a bunch of errors. So I do apologize for the jumpy video. I promise my next one will be a very smooth. We're going to start out like we usually do. We're going to run the machine, make sure it does good, do a nice little scene of it cutting down a hill or something, and go from there. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, hope you have an awesome day. Thank you.